So I want to talk to you a little bit about color. Color is important as a navigation tool, but also as a way of distinguishing content. Don't use color just for the sake of coloring something up and trying to grab attention from your reader, because just having that philosophy with color could lead to confusing people with some of the visual interpretation of the content that you have in there. I love to have a very limited color palette, so in this case I went and covered the Oklahoma City bombing, and this is the building that was blown up, and you can see the red is where your eye goes. All of the rest of the stuff, all those cars in the parking lot, they were all different colors. I just colored everything gray and very faint blue so that the red stood out, so that the stuff that I really wanted the reader's eye to focus on could see it very clearly. So again, a very limited color palette, and I'm using the color here to attract the eye, but also to say I'm important. So I'm using muted colors in the background with saturated colors, bright colors on top. And that's a technique you can use to really help lead the reader of your graphic through the material. I love this because this is an airline pocket seat map, graphic that shows how to get out of the plane and when it's going down in flames, right? And you can see that there is quite a bit of detail here. For example, this woman sitting in this seat here has a really nice outfit on, a 1980s outfit. She's got this haircut with jewelry, that sort of stuff going on. She looks good. And this other woman over here in the next slide, she's opening the door and you can see she's got this nice pink and the problem with these colors is that the wrong thing is drawing your attention. The person's clothes are drawing your attention in a situation where you're crashing and burning in flames. You pull out this seat card and all you can think of is, why would anybody wear those boots with those pants? It just makes no sense. You really want to just get her out of the way. She's the least important thing. The door and how it opens is the most important data, and that can be done with color. Notice the difference with Lufthansa Airlines. Lufthansa does it right. They have a thick line and very limited color palette, so that you can see in a very tense emergency how to open up the door. And the person opening the door is almost invisible. They're not as important as what the door does. You might recall in another video I said that an artist named Hoffman had said, eliminate the unnecessary so that the necessary can speak. And this is a perfect example of that. Color, again, is information. You can see there was a little key on the left. This is missing the type. I just wanted to show you the illustration. But basically, this is an illustration that shows different things that you can do with technology, or you'll be able to do with technology in these different rooms of the house. And each room was color-coded: kitchen, living room, and that sort of thing. So there was a logic to the color here. So everything in yellow was things that you can do in the kitchen. And off to the right was a list of all of these things that were keyed into the yellow kitchen. And the last thing I really want to say about color is that you need to figure out what your brand is, what your color identity is. The map on the right is very low saturation color. They're not really bright colors. On the left, there's those very saturated colors. So just remember, what is your identity? And also remember that saturated colors work really well on top of unsaturated colors. So the unsaturated stuff, if you're combining them, is muted stuff in the background that the reader doesn't really need to see that clearly. And the red stuff or the bright blue stuff, whatever the saturated color is on top, is the important stuff.